Alright, first up, we're going to look at this WoW meta tier list. So this list was last updated 9 days ago on WoW meta. This looks really bad for shamans in general. If you're trying to DPS, this looks bad. Not great for warriors. Druids, DPS, not good. For something like a Demon Hunter where you have one DPS spec, being on the bottom half, not great. You know, obviously, if you're playing a mage, a rogue, a warlock, a hunter, this looks great. This looks really good. But, you know, for a lot of people, this is alarming. And I'm going to tell you why it shouldn't be, okay? But first, we're going to look at this list from Icy Veins. Bad news for Windwalker monks. Bad news for demon hunters that are trying to DPS as well. And, you know, for the most part, a lot of these look very similar. But now I'm going to show you the most important list. If you're really trying to figure out what you're going to play in Shadowlands, and you're trying to base that off of the information that's available right now, this is the list that you really need to see. So this is the Shadowlands DPS tier list from Tettles. And it's not so much about the list, but it's about the way he made this list in his video. Alright, if you haven't seen it, Tettles draws tarot cards. You're probably thinking, okay, what? Right, that's what you should think. So I said for the WoW meta list, it's 9 days old. Okay. Icy Veins is updated frequently. I can't imagine that list is more than a few days old. Tettles posted this video a few hours ago. It's September 14th. Shadowlands is coming out in a month and a half. If you are trying to base what you should play off of a DPS ranking for an expansion that's a month and a half away, I don't know what to tell you, actually. Wait. If you care enough about being absolute top tier, if you care enough about your spec or your class being capable of being S tier for the first patch of Shadowlands, before the first patch, just from day one, wait. Because here's the thing, the DPS rankings change every single content patch, right? BFA is taking so long to die. Everybody knows this. BFA has been out since like 1943. It's never going anywhere, it feels like. But everything has changed over the course of BFA so many times. There was actually a time in BFA where BM Hunter was a joke, right? And now it's top. There is no reason to concern yourself with this stuff, at least yet. And you have to remind yourself that if you are planning on playing S tier, A tier, and nothing else for the entirety of Shadowlands, prepare to reroll multiple times. Have every single thing at 120 right now, so that when pre-patch drops, you know, you're 50, and you can get totally acclimated to each and every spec at max level with good gear, so that when Shadowlands drops, you can obsess about getting every single thing. It's ridiculous, okay? You do not need to concern yourself with this yet, because tiny changes are being made every single day. There are changes in the works for every single class, every single spec. That might be an exaggeration, but not a huge one. Things are going to change between now and October 26th. things are going to change between October 26th and 9.1. And then 9.2. If you want to have the most fun that you possibly can in Shadowlands, you need to remember, 1, play something you enjoy. Okay? 2, just because you are not on the S tier list does not mean that you yourself cannot make a spec viable. Within reason, you are going to need to see how things play out. And if you are the kind of person who's listening to this like, wow, thanks for the help, apologies, but at least wait until we get a little bit closer to Shadowlands. Wait until there's more information available. And wait until it's likely that that information will be useful for more than a couple days. These lists are changing all the time. They are going to continue to change. Just look forward to having a good time in Shadowlands. And if that sounds like casual or ridiculous, it's not meant to. But you can't base your entire enjoyment off of a tier list a month and a half away from the expansion actually releasing. Alright? At least wait until pre-patch is out before you start planning exactly what you want to do if you care this much about these lists. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch, stream almost every day, and on Facebook Gaming as well. Thanks for watching.